graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Is that the real name, White Lady's Castle?
It's called White Lady's Castle. Legend.
That's Starbucks.
All these fucking tin knockers out of here.
You gotta fuck that computer, man. The only way to win is not to play.
Bandcamp, Naked Mile, Book of Love, and Beta House do not occur in the same universe as American Reunion. Why? I want to know why the best shit on this show always comes from just seeing random shit on the drive. I don't have any visual stimuli and tell you how fat you are.
Oh, what kind of horrible person would make a joke like that?
You!
I fucking hate this guy. You're part of the Dicky Doo Club. It means your stomach sticks out further than your Dicky Doo.
Holy fuck, that's so childish and great. Are you done telling me about your tiny penis?
I want my Shiza videos heterosexual, thank you very much.
Like, show up at 9, Daddy needs a dick suck.
Don't be a stranger.
It's just a coincidence that you were talking about the Jack and Triumph show, and I'm here.
Thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
Hey man, this is Kevin Smith, guy who makes all those unlistenable podcasts over at smodcast.com, and you're listening to the Two Strangers, One Podcast. This is podcasting.
Turn down for what?
You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes or on the Stitcher app for Android devices. Please visit twostrangersonepodcast.net. And now, here's Chris Cologne and Austin Tschudy.
Hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Austin.
So you said you just went hiking? Like what, the beautiful weather just decided to make you just go?
It was nice out. So
I'm just going to go walk around in the woods and get killed and have them find my body.
It was a nice day. I had the house all clean and everything last night, so there was nothing to do at home, and I just went and fucked around in the woods for a little bit, like you do when you want to howl at the moon and such. Walked up to White Lady's Castle, which is really just a big stone foundation.
Is that the real name, White Lady's Castle?
It's called White Lady's Castle. Legend.
That's
says,
Starbucks.
Legend says there's a ghost around there called the White Lady, whose daughter ran off with some guy and got herself killed, and now her ghost is looking around for her. And the White Lady's Castle is really, it was just like an old factory or something, and the foundations are still there. And it looks vaguely like the front of a castle. People call it White Lady's Castle.
White Lady's Castle, you call the cops because these guys are loitering in the...
It's too political. Get off politics. We're gonna have shitty sound quality, Oscar.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear that? That's the quality you can expect.
Hear the road.
From this week where it's hot, we're recording in a moving car with no air conditioning. Just throw it all the fuck away.
Yeah, so it was with the weather finally being nice, like I took my daughter out. And she's been not wanting to go to the park, but it's sort of like, you can't go to the park when it's 40 degrees outside.
Right.
So we went to this park, and then but then she's like, oh, I'm hungry. So I'm like, all right, we walk a little bit up, and there's this real, hipster restaurant that was packed. And I was like, there's no fucking way we're going to go in there and grab something to eat. Mm-hmm. So then we walk by, and we see a tavern. Mm-hmm. And it's like tavern, barn, grill.
You can bring kids into bars. And I'm like, as long as the sun's
up. I'm like, it's 11:30 in the morning. It's not really... it's not really, and I stopped at the door and I asked the guy, is it cool? I was like, yeah. So we went into a tavern, and apparently, there was one other couple in there, and then 2 minutes after we got in, there was this post brunch couple that they were already like, oh, we had a couple Bloody Marys, and they were just being fucking annoying. But it's weird, I'm sitting at a bar with my daughter, and the usual bar decorations and stickers and stuff like that for bands and local, pipe fitters, local 515 or whatever.
Pipe fitters.
Tin knockers.
Oh, you can't say that. All these fucking tin knockers out of here.
For me, Tin Knocker sounds like a guy that in the future when we're fucking robots.
He's the best tin knocker we got. He's the last hope for the resistance.
You gotta fuck that computer, man.
Oh, God.
The only way to win is not to play. And so, and then there's like this big...
the override for them is in this little hole, and you gotta short circuit it out with your seminal fluids. But as soon as it short circuits, the hole just slams shut with all these sharp components. So like, you gotta cut your dick off if you want to kill one of these robots.
John Connor. Oh, this James Cameron Terminator reboot sort of franchise. It's really getting fucking fucked up.
This is going to be a direct sequel to 2. We're calling it Terminator 3, Rise of His Dick, and then Fall of a Machine, and then Fall of His Dick. You probably, when you go get your ticket, you probably just say Terminator, then know what you're talking about.
Wow. Post-divorce Cameron's real fucking dark, man. Well, I don't be out of divorce. In this canon, he got a divorce.
Yep. Yeah, and
Stop looking for all those Titanic pieces. I'm leaving.
Yep.
I'm taking the Avatar money with me.
He renames John Connor to the guy that his wife left him for. Last hope for the resistance. Everyone thinks you're real great. You're about to get your dick cut off. Fucking asshole.
Mike Connor.
Kind of a low blow that you left me for a guy named Connor, by the way.
What am I supposed to do? All the fanboys come out of the woodwork. They tell me what I want to hear.
All the James Cameron's wife fanboys.
He wants to paint me like his French ladies.
God damn it! It's draw. He draws her.
We touched ponytails. It was so erotic. All the things you couldn't do, James.
This is the guy who's like, "Ooh, I hope Avengers stagnates so we can tell some real sci-fi stories." Like, yeah, you made fucking Avatar.
Yeah, that makes it. That whole thing with James Cameron, like
talking shit about.
I hope I hope that people have a superhero wariness or
fatigue.
Superhero fatigue.
Yeah, I hope there's Avengers fatigue so we can get back to the real sci-fi. Those
alien cats who fuck with ponytails.
Those alien horses aren't going to fuck themselves.
Like, can't we live in a world where we have the Avengers and Avatar? I guess not, James.
Yeah. They're going to cut into my profits. Oh shit, have you seen Rubber?
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
There's just a tire on the side of the road.
Just keep fucking driving, man.
Totally upright.
It didn't see us. Keep driving.
We're not teens having sex.
Oh shit. Oh, scariest thing I saw all day.
And you were walking in the woods looking for the white lady.
I was taking pictures of detritus in the haunted woods, and that tire was the scariest thing I saw today. Fuck. I really hope I used detritus right.
For some reason, I'm thinking of like it's Cabin in the Woods, but with all like the B movie monsters.
Rubber,
like killer tomatoes,
killer clowns from outer space,
killer condoms,
the vagina from Teeth, but not the girl attached to it, just the vagina. Like, oh, they triggered the mirror from Oculus. And they left the house. I think they're going to be fine. All right, well, good to go.
The Toxic Avenger? That really wasn't horror.
That was more of a superhero movie, right?
It scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid, though.
You're going to be okay.
Like, when the car... You saw the Toxic Avenger? The first one? Oh.
Wait, there were more.
Oh, yeah, there's Toxie Goes to Tokyo, and there's Citizen Toxie, and there's...
I did not know about those.
I think part 3 is like Toxic Avenger 3, Citizen Toxie. I want to say there's Toxie Goes to Tokyo, where he meets Sergeant Kabuki Man, another trauma character.
Oh.
Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD. I could be wrong on the Toxie Goes to Tokyo. There's definitely Citizen Toxie. But there's so the first one is like when they got to part 2, they already realized it's a parody. It's sort of it's a very self-aware parody. The first one is fucking very nihilistic. There is no God type of fucking shit. And so there's one particular set of teens where they drive their car and their whole intention is to just hit people with their car. And it's sort of like a World War II. They have like stickers on the dashboard of people that they hit. They're hitting old ladies. They're hitting a kid on a bike. And I saw that movie when I was a kid, and I would ride my bike to the cities and the streets of New York. And so what happens is they hit a kid with the bike, and then they pass the kid, and the kid is still moving. Oh my God, he's still moving! So then they throw the car in reverse and hit him again, showing a very splatter heavy of them crushing his skull under the wheel. And when I saw that as a kid, that traumatized the fuck out of me. Traumatized.
Thank you for being there.
Back when Prenzel. Now, when I grew up, video stores, it was still the day and age of like the golden age of like mom and pop stores, where there was no fucking regulation. There was no, this kid is 12 years old. He shouldn't be renting this fucking R-rated movie. They really didn't give a fuck. And like the big one by me was this place called Magic King Video. And like, did you ever have it? Because was it like that up here in Rochester? Like,
where we had little local video stores and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, for a little bit, but like, so my dad knew a guy who worked at one, and when they went out of business, we got a bunch of just, tapes with stickers on them pretty much. But then, it was just Blockbuster and Hollywood Video for most of my childhood. And then Netflix became a thing, and those all died.
But it's like, I remember the heyday, and like, you wanted to see horror movies, you wanted to see, and the guys behind the counter just did not care, Oh, my dad said I could get this. Okay. They really did.
My dad said I could get this. I don't fucking care. Just rent it.
Give me your $250 and your ID card. Which is basically just like, those little mom and pop places. It was just a laminated fucking piece of cardboard.
With your name on it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Oh, we got 2 of those.
Dot matrix.
We're just going to use you on the same account here. Don't make it late. You'll piss the other guy off.
Or if you went there enough, like, they knew you. Like, they were like, sometimes you didn't even have to have your card. You just had the money at the counter.
There's this one out in Brockport. It's Family Video, which is a franchise.
I've heard of that out here.
The fact that Family Video still exists in any way is astounding. They have this policy. It's a little better. They have this like policy there where like, hey, if you bring in proof that you canceled your Netflix, we'll give you a free rental. Like it was like they were that desperate at one point, and they're still fucking in business. At least last time I drove through there.
Well, I think older, middle-aged people probably who don't want internet or don't why do I need internet for?
My theory is Rockport's a college town, and I would imagine maybe like the internet in the dorms is so shitty that they can't stream properly.
Yeah.
So people just are like, well, fuck it, we'll just go rent something.
Yeah.
That's a guess I have.
And did you ever see that video? I want to say it was Vice, where it's like it's the last Blockbuster in like Alaska.
Yeah.
Because the fucking town just has no infrastructure for internet.
People walk in, they're like, whoa, you're still here? It's like a tourist trap.
And it's a full-blown Blockbuster. It's the lights and sound, signs and standees.
And they've got like new releases of actual new movies and shit. That'd be weird, man.
The Last Jedi.
Right.
It's rented.
I remember going to like a Redbox and renting American Reunion, which is the fourth canon American Pie movie. Because that's a thing we can say, is that there are canon and non-canon American Pie movies.
Bandcamp?
Bandcamp is not canon. Because, and I can actually get into this a little bit.
But it's Stifler's brother.
Well, no,
it's sad that I know that.
However, Stifler is depicted, Steve Stifler, not Matt Stifler, his brother, but Steve Stifler, the Stifler we know, is depicted in Bandcamp
Stifler Prime?
as being like a very successful porn magnet. They call him the Tarantino of titties. And he's like, making shitloads of money, like shooting Girls Gone Wild kind of videos. But then in American Reunion, he's shown to just be like an assistant at an office. And there's none of that. So there's your wrinkle that tells you Bandcamp, Naked Mile, Book of Love, and Beta House do not occur in the same universe as American Reunion.
You just blew my fucking mind.
Right?
I didn't realize there were. I just knew Bandcamp.
No, there's a guided universe to American Pie.
Okay, you said Naked Mile?
Naked Mile.
Okay, I think okay, now that you say Naked Mile, I do remember seeing, like, the box for that somewhere.
That's the American Pie Presents series, where it's American Pie Presents Bandcamp. And you know,
it's like the Criterion, the worst Criterion collection ever.
You can find like shitty people online, you know, ones who aren't really keeping up with how that works. When you're trying to torrent Bandcamp and you see they call it American Pie 4, and you're like, oh no.
So, alright, so there's Naked Mile, Bandcamp,
yep, Beta House, and the Book of Love.
Book of Love, okay.
Which is the throwback to, remember in the first movie?
Yeah, they had a book that was
there was the book hidden in the library stacks that has all the sex secrets and stuff. I believe it deals with that book. I haven't seen anything past Naked Mile.
Okay.
Because, oh my fucking god, those were bad movies. Anyway, back to my original thing I was saying. American Reunion, I rented it Redbox, and it was a rental version of the DVD where like the special features were locked, and you would try and play them and be like, this is only available in the purchased version of the movie, which was so fucking weird to me that like Netflix is killing every single rental service, but Redbox has exclusive discs saying, well, if you like that, buy it. That was weird to me.
I think that's more of a studio decision.
Well, yeah, but it's weird to me that a studio would do that, I guess.
Yeah.
If someone's taking time out and paying money specifically for that movie, give them the special features, or at least whatever's on disc 1.
I think they're kind of being shitty. Like, yeah, you could see the movie, you could Redbox the movie all you like, but if you want the fucking commentary, you want deleted scenes, you have to purchase this motherfucker.
And as much as I love the American Pie series, the canon series, that is, I'm not about to drop $20 to watch the gag reel for the fourth one.
The gag wheel. That's rubber coming after you.
American Pie presents Gag Wheel.
Rubber 2 Gag Wheel. Actually, I think there might be a Rubber 2. Rubber 3. The Rubber series presents Gag Wheel.
Why? I want to know why the best shit on this show always comes from just seeing random shit on the drive. Just, a plane. Let's riff on that for a half a fucking hour. Hey, there's a tire on the side of the road. I'm going to give you a full history of American Pie.
That's how we work.
And then at night, we're like, can't see anything. We got nothing.
Chris is a piece of shit.
Yep.
Let's rip on that for a while.
I don't have any visual stimuli and tell you how fat you are.
That's burned into my retinas.
There it is. I see that every time I close my eyes. Fat sack of shit.
And then speaking of, I was editing the most recent podcast last night, and I had referred to shit sack as shit stack. So I just for clarification, it's shit sack, or shit. I don't know. Just
what's the canon name here?
The canon name is shit sack, not shit stack. I was listening to the director's commentary of Cabin in the Woods, and that scene where all the monsters come out of the elevators. There's one scene where, if you look at one of the elevator doors, there is a giant molesting tree that comes out and grabs one of the soldier guys or whatever.
It's like in the Evil Dead.
Yeah, it is very much an homage to Evil Dead. I think even Cabin in the Woods is sort of an homage to the Evil Dead. And
the title alone kind of tells you, Evil Dead.
And they have deadites. That's one of the monsters noted on the board.
That's cool.
But the tree, and they're showing like all the pre-visuals because they wanted as much practical as they could, CG if absolutely necessary. And so,
when they actually crashed Chris Hemsworth against that wall. That was fucking crazy, man.
He's a trooper, man.
They had a backup. They took Liam and gave him facial reconstruction. He's Thor now.
Yeah, that's how they got. That's how they got Thor. They kept smashing a guy, and like, whoever survives is gonna be our superhero.
Yeah, they killed Chris Hemsworth. Prime.
And
anytime he ever dies in a movie, they do that shit for real.
They got a Hemsworth through another reality.
First they had Star Trek Hemsworth. They fucking Really crashed a ship to get that shot.
Then they got Red Dawn, Chris Hemsworth.
Does he die in Red Dawn?
I don't know.
I hope so.
Let's just say he does.
I want Chris Hemsworth.
And they scream, Wolverines!
I want Chris Hemsworth to be the new Sean Bean. I want the joke to be, he dies in fucking everything. Ever since Infinity War when they killed him. That'd be crazy.
Well, his contract is up.
Right, but and like that would be the
where he
like Iron Man, Captain America, they're humans. You kill them, you're like, yeah, we were pretty sure they were gonna die. But if someone kills Thor, you're like, holy shit, okay, these are the stakes. The threat is it can kill Thor.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's a god. I mean, as we see Asgardians kill Asgardians.
Right, but
we don't see a human kill.
We've never thought in the course of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they've never even tried to tease us with, hey, Thor might die here. Mm-hmm. Like, we've had like, ooh, is Iron Man going to make it out of this? Or, ooh, is Hawkeye going to die? It's never crossed anyone's mind. I'm using superlatives, but it's never crossed anyone's mind that like, oh shit, this might be the one where Thor dies.
Yeah.
And
we do see there is the shot from the commercial where it's Thanos,
Cable,
like literally, like hand to hand with Captain America, just fucking physically opposing him and stuff like that. So I mean, if they had. So, just to rewind the story, so they were doing the previs for the angry molesting tree.
Sorry about that.
And so, he goes, I never thought I'd have to stand up at a meeting and tell people, no, this is not an angry raping tree. This is an angry molesting tree.
It just molests, it doesn't.
And so, and it's so weird when you go back and you look at the scene, because there's so many other things that I didn't look for until you look in the background of the molesting tree. There's the dismembering goblins, where there's two like goblins that pull a guy in half. One starts flying away and the other one's like on the ground. And it's just twisted stuff. It's pretty cool. Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I continue to be Austin.
And we're redoing the intro because when we drove in this morning, it was too warm. It was too warm. We had to roll down the windows.
Oscar would be mad.
If the audio wasn't bad already.
You want him to at least catch our names. And now, into the shit.
Well, actually, I was sort of looking up.
Oh, God, you fucking looked it up.
From a question, because we're actually recording this after work, even though this is going to be the intro. There is the 2015 future. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. Okay. I was looking for the 2015 future Marty McFly Funko Bobblehead. Because I said, if there's a fucking bobblehead for 2015 Marty McFly, that's pretty fucked up with...
Because Micheal J Fox has Parkinson's.
Yes.
For those of you who aren't monsters and whose brains didn't go there immediately.
And, I see Marty McFly in general, like with the usual Marty McFly, but not the one with the rainbow hat or the jacket that has like, your jacket is now dry.
But it is...
Or even old man Marty McFly.
Now, what
where he plays himself in 2015.
Is it a Funko Pop or is it a Funko Pop bobble? Does it bobble?
Oh, I put Bobblehead. I did not put Funko at all.
Right. Well, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily a bobblehead.
Ah.
Because I've noticed a weird trend with the ones I've gotten. Disney properties bobble. Nothing else does. At least of the ones that I've bought.
And it's funny, like, I'm sort of just looking right now, and, I mean, there's plenty of regular Marty McFlys. Not a single old man Marty, or his son, it depicted his son, Marty Jr., or,
They probably anticipated that some asshole was going to think, hey, if there's an old man Marty McFly bobblehead, it's a Parkinson's joke. They probably wanted to get ahead of that.
Oh, what kind of horrible person would make a joke like that?
You!
Hello, McFly.
You fucking monster.
What else is at work today?
Butt sex. No butt sex. Sorry, I said butt sex. Really stole your momentum. I'm just still talking. You're like ready to say something, but I haven't shut up about the butt sex thing yet. Sorry for that. You want to, I'll stop.
silence
with
is
the butt sex.
And then there's also, I can always tell, like, when you have nothing to say, because you always go, God knows how many I have to edit out every fucking week.
Like, fuck. We don't have anything to talk about, do we?
So I wonder if this will be the first. Well, no, I mean, a couple will slip in there because they're part of, like, they're right next to what you're about to say, or so I leave them in. But it's funny whenever there's like a long pause and you're just like, then you see the one little waveform. I fucking hate this guy.
See, right? Now I'm going to be conscious of it, and I'm going to, like, fucking try not to. Or it's going to happen way more than usual because I'm fucking with you.
Now, when you're a fat guy, a lot of people, you've heard of the Dicky Do Club?
I have not.
When people want to insult the fat guy, you're like, you're part of the Dicky Do Club. It means your stomach sticks out further than your Dicky Do.
Holy fuck, that's so childish and great. Stomach sticks out further than your Dicky Do. Okay, so why is it just called the Dicky Do Club?
Well,
that makes it sound like your penis is powerful in some way and capable. Because you're only having the part of the dick does something of the insult.
It's one of those deals where, like, you go like, a Dicky Do. Hey, part of the Dicky Do Club. Because it was a post online about, like, how, like, even heavyset guys don't want to date heavyset girls. And then it was all these girls just like, he's part of the guys are part of the Dicky Do Club or whatever. So I was like, whoa. And so, have you ever dated? I mean, no, that's probably not the right way to ask the question.
No, fucking say it.
You ever date like a big girl, like a heavyset girl?
Yeah.
You ever dated someone who's like their breasts like lay on top of their stomachs?
Once.
Yeah. And it's just like, you know, anyone who looks like that shouldn't make a Dicky Do joke, because I'm pretty sure they'd have.
I've never heard the Dicky Do joke before. So I couldn't.
It's entering the rotation now.
I'm gonna, like, say it to people who don't deserve it, though. Go for a fucking mailman. Like, hey, you look like you're part of the Dicky Do Club there. Thanks for the bills. I was like, what's the Dicky Do Club? Oh, it's when you got a little dick. See ya. Yeah, I didn't really listen when he talked about it before. I don't know what the real joke is. She got a little dick. Hey, it wasn't me that time. Try and fucking frame me for sighing. You know, maybe it is you sometimes. You don't fucking know. Wait, is that a stereo microphone?
Yes, it is, actually.
You might know then.
Yeah. What else did I want to talk about?
I don't know. Are you done telling me about your tiny penis?
Sure.
Alright. So this is the final uncontaminated day to speculate on Avengers.
That's right. Avengers comes out later on this week, and
at least Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin have seen it already. And tomorrow night, it hits fucking hard at the premiere.
Yeah. And I'm really worried about spoilers. And people are, you know, just even those stupid clickbait articles.
Yeah.
Like, guess who dies in Avengers Infinity War?
It's like Game of Thrones when Jon Snow died. And it's like, oh, you know, inside, spoilers, death scene in Game of Thrones. And then it's just a fucking picture of Jon Snow. Like, why would you hide the name with the word spoiler and then put a picture of the character?
Sort of like a reverse psychology. Like, oh, they put Jon Snow in the article because it's not going to be Jon Snow. Shit, it's Jon Snow.
It's like a picture of his death scene. It's him getting fucking stabbed to death.
It's him holding the knife. Like, why?
Yep.
Why is this sword?
little word bubble coming out. Like, why are you killing me right now? In the finale of Game of Thrones.
I know nothing.
Oh, super meta. But yeah, so I'm trying to avoid the fucking. I felt awful because my dad got Logan spoiled for him because of my girlfriend's coworker being a fucking cunt on Facebook.
Oh.
Because she tagged my girlfriend in a picture that it was just like picture of like some Hostess treats and stuff. And it's like, I loved finding these in my lunch when I was a kid, and it was like a ho-ho, a Twinkie, a Cosmic Brownie, and then just the phrase, Logan and Professor X die in Logan.
Oh, shit.
And then my girlfriend commented on it saying, hey, that's not fucking cool. And then my dad saw, hey, Victoria commented on this post. So my dad got fucking spoiled goddamn third hand on Facebook. And
now,
I want to avoid anything like that.
Yeah. Fuck, that's right. People are going to be fucking... Oh, I really got to stay off of Instagram, because, yeah, there are those assholes that will, like...
Yeah, it's going to be really easy for me to stay off of Instagram, because I've never once fucking touched Instagram.
Yeah, because, like, when the Han Solo died, that was a big one that people were spoiling. Even though we all kind of knew... We all kind of were speculating.
Going in, and, like, when he walked out onto the bridge, I grabbed my girlfriend's hand and just, like, started fucking squeezing. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, Han Solo's about to fucking die. She's like, okay, why are you upset? I'm a fucking child. Shut up. Movie's on.
Oh, yeah, so, like, speaking of something I mentioned to you earlier, is further speculation, and I swear I didn't read this on any website. I was rewatching The Last Jedi. And, again, because I'm like, I'm gonna fucking like this movie. I mean, I've seen fucking Return of the Jedi 50 times. I might as well fucking watch The Last Jedi, you know? It's new Star Wars. So, in the quote-unquote Mary Poppins scene, where Leia gets, the command area of the ship gets blown up, she gets sucked into space, she Mary Poppins towards the door, she goes through a hologram of Snoke's ship. Which, under a quick Google search, because I don't think it's ever said in a movie, it's called the Supremacy.
The Penetrator,
It's called the Anal and Penetrator. The Anal Penetrator.
It's called the Ass Destroyer.
That would be a lot fucking scarier. Which, you know, and it's funny because, like, you know, people, when Force Awakens came out, people were like, oh, you know, the New Order is the alt-right as the Empire was to the Nazis.
Yes.
And so, when Leia is passing through the door, there's a hologram of Snoke's ship, of which her body goes through, and I took a screenshot of it. Her body goes through like the wing section,
right?
Which is later on in the movie
where Holdo crashes the Randus through it.
Yeah, Holdo does light speed through another ship, and like I swear, I wonder if that was some sort of like thing, like maybe like the guys who were doing the special effects thought maybe they should have had Leia do that suicide move to be like the hero. Or something to that effect.
It could have also just been foreshadowing a woman in command is going to fly through this ship.
Yeah. I'm going to penetrate you.
Yeah.
And so...
You fuck us, we gonna fuck right back twice as hard. These my streets. Bitch boy, what you talking about? Get out my shop. These my streets. But like in space.
And so, like, you know, all the mystery boxes that were set up in Force Awakens, you know, who was Rey's parents? Where did Snoke come from? You know, where does Snoke get all his money?
Real quick, I noticed something about Mission Impossible 3, directed by J.J. Abrams. It's the only one where the MacGuffin isn't clearly stated what it is. That's the J.J. Abrams thing to do. It's just a mystery box called the Rabbit's Foot. Everything else is clearly like, this is a list with all these people's names. This is a super flu. This is nuclear launch code. This is, you know, whatever the fuck they wanted in the 5th movie.
And it's like, you know, how did Snoke get all this money? How did he get in power? You know, they make, you know, Starkiller Moon. You know, it's like, fucking, you know, it's like, you know, how could you make Starkiller Moon that much bigger than the Death Star? You know, it's sort of just...
Well, they just used a planet instead of having to build an entire base.
Hello, can you go? Death Row, whatever they know, once again, Mech is the incredible, rhyme animal, the incredible, the public enemy #1, 5-0 said freeze, and I got none. Did you see that one coming?
Well, I'd set it up for you.
Oh!
Yeah, I know you said Starkiller Moon. But I felt like if I threw it at you in a completely different sentence, not correcting you, that'd be way fucking funnier and you'd be caught off guard. Nice try. We'll be right back.
You caught me earlier. I was trying to see if I can get you back. All right. I will be back. I want my Shiza videos heterosexual, thank you very much.
You know, you found your line.
None of that fruity Shiza shit.
Why do I feel like some of the best content's in the warm-ups?
Well, that being said, earlier today, I asked... I bought my tickets last night. I said, that's it.
To what?
I bought my tickets to Avengers Infinity War.
For those of you listening to this in the future.
Yeah, it's the future, so everyone
has got a sense of when this is.
It's, you know, they have, you know, it comes out this Thursday, And there's a 7 o'clock show, 3D IMAX. That's the only IMAX in Rochester, right? That's Tinseltown?
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah, so I just said, fuck it. And so I asked my boss, and it's sort of like, it's funny because it wasn't even like, oh, there's a family emergency. It was like, I got a thing. I gotta leave. The show's at 7. I'm like, I gotta leave at 6. So the original plan was,
I I don't care if you live or die. I think I care if you show up.
And so I originally planned to come in at 3 to work till 6. But then I kind of just threw it out there. I'm like, well, if you need me to come in early, I'll come in early. So I'll be coming in early Thursday.
Show up at 9. Daddy needs a dick suck.
There's been a vacuum of power. Yeah. And you know what vacuums do.
It's been a little while. It's going to come out like a wax dart, but I'm sure you can handle it.
You ever see like milk at the bottom of a cup that kind of like solidifies?
Every day, man. People drink milk at night and I do the dishes in the morning.
So it becomes a milk chip.
Oh.
That's how it's going to come out.
Sharp smeg.
Smegma chips.
Sharp smeg. From the makers of GAC. But like later.
It's like, well, we realize our audience grew up. Yeah. You know, the same audience that grew up GAC is still buying things, you know, and everything's retro now. So
you like Rugrats? Well, you're gonna love Fuck Rats.
Bugger rats. Buggery rats?
Rug munchers?
Rug munchers. Rug munchers and buggery.
Rug munchers and buggery.
Tommy, what are you doing with that
sounds like a very classy strip club in England.
Oh, yes. Rug munchers and buggery.
Would you like to go to Rug munchers and buggery? Ah, yes, I hear it's the pegging show tonight. Well, you know, that's lesbians and gay men. Rug munchers and buggery.
But it's quite entertaining.
Hey, we're playing tabletop RPGs this weekend. Oh, are you playing D&D? No, we're playing Rug munchers and buggery. Oh, cool. Can I be the bard? Everyone's the bard.
Everyone has plus 10 charisma.
Alright, it is Tuesday. We should probably get the Tuesday shit out of the way.
Quentin Tarantino Tuesdays! Quentin Tarantino Tuesdays!
Hi, Sally.
And speaking of Avengers Infinity War, it turns out that co-star of Avengers Infinity War, Samuel L. Jackson.
That's how he's listed in the credits. Samuel L. Jackson as co-star.
He's a co-star. He's not the star. He's a co-star. But he's also been in a bunch of Quentin Tarantino movies while he's friends with Quentin Tarantino.
The fuck you say?
So with that...
Our same Nick Fury was in Tarantino films?
Our same Nick Fury was, you know, and so one day he'll probably be in a Star Trek movie going, Kapla, motherfucker! So...
Holy shit, I didn't know I wanted that.
We're gonna have
Sam Jackson as Worf?
Or a Klingon in general?
Fuck yes.
It'll be the first... Oh my god, the first Klingon to say motherfucker.
Guys, Solo's canceled.
No, we live in a world where we can have a Solo and we can have...
They can't finish editing that. They need to put all their energy into this.
If we have Avengers and fucking Avatar, we can have Han Solo and the Quentin Tarantino Star Trek movie.
What's fucked up is I don't want any of them, really.
So,
if you told me every movie you just listed got canceled, I'd be like, you know, it's alright.
We'll get something eventually.
Mission Impossible 6 is still due. It's gonna be okay.
So,
anyway, what's Quentin doing now that
Quentin read the script, and he wrote down a whole bunch of bullet points and things that he wanted to address to the Russo Brothers. Unfortunately, he was so busy doing eulogies for the past 2 weeks that he hasn't had a chance to call the Russo Brothers until tonight. So even though the movie's already in the can, as the industry people say, and the people that Rug munchers and buggery, it's in the can.
Buggery, that's when you put it in the can.
So Quentin decides to call up either Anthony and or Joseph Russo, Tony and Joe.
I thought it was Larry and Andy.
No, those are the Wachowskis.
Those were the Wachowski brothers.
Then it was the Wachowski siblings. Now it's the Wachowski sisters. But I'm not going to touch that.
It's just the fucking Wachowski people.
The Wachowskis.
I haven't Googled them in a minute. Maybe something.
I got to check my pronouns. Just say the Wachowskis.
Yeah. And that's not to say that I'm transphobic. I'm just saying, fucking make up your minds.
Hey, you know, don't you hate it when one brother beats you to something like?
Oh, I want to be trans too. Now I'm just going to feel like I'm copying you.
It was my idea. You just did it first. Fuckhead.
Oh, like Jupiter Ascending? Hey, fuck you. Tom's gonna tell on that one. Anyway, Quentin Tarantino's got some...
So Quentin Tarantino has been so busy doing eulogies that he decides to call the Russo Brothers tonight with some ideas and bullet points and things that he feels that would improve Avengers Infinity War.
Keeping in mind, as we're recording this, people are taking their seats in California for the premiere.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, do you think that's going to stop Quentin Tarantino from giving his notes?
Absolutely fucking not.
Okay. So
absolutely fucking not.
Russo Brothers.
Hey, is this Andy O'Leary? That was a legitimate fuck up. I realized halfway through, Andy, I messed up.
Andy. He doesn't know which brothers he's talking to.
Shit.
They're not even brothers anymore. Stay woke, Quentin.
Hey, is this Lord and Miller? Hey, is this whoever did Stranger Things? Alright, take two.
Take two. This is Anthony or Joseph Russo.
Sorry. I need to get the giggles out. I also need to stop being in this weird devil's three-way on the highway. Yep, let's go 60 on the rain-slick precipice of doom, because this guy's an asshole. Okay. Ring that bell.
This is Anthony or Joseph Russo.
Why is it four?
Because they're a unit now.
Suck my unit. We're not getting this
they're like
done.
Station.
This isn't fucking happening. Alright,
they're Station from Bill and Ted 2.
Okay, fucking shut up, okay? I'm gonna give you notes right now, alright? When you answer that phone, when you answer that pretend fucking phone that we're making here, okay, just say Russo Brothers, okay? Don't say Anthony or Joseph or Anthony or Joseph.
Or Tony or Joe, hey!
Don't try and fuck me up, okay? I'm a director first, alright? You gotta give me a few concessions when I'm acting, okay? First and foremost, don't fuck me up. Action!
Russo Brothers.
Where's my ring?
Oh. Sorry, jumped the gun there.
Yep.
We'll fix it up. Okay. Take 4. Russo Brothers.
Hey, is this Anthony or Joseph?
Anthony.
Oh, Anthony. Where's Joseph?
He's in the bathroom right now.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to write all this shit down then, alright? You know who this is?
My caller ID said Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, this is Q.
We're big fans.
You can call me Q. I'm a big fan of you too.
Wow.
Alright, so you're gonna call me Q. I'm gonna call you, I forget which one you were. I'm gonna call you J just in case though. Alright.
Call me Andy.
Alright, here's the thing, JR. Your buddy Sammy, he's a little fucking leaker. And I don't think that's going to be an issue for you, because I see you fucking killed him off in Avengers Infinity War. Alright? That was a bold fucking move, and I like it. It frees him up for me, and for my Star Trek shit. I'm going to have a fucking Klingon says motherfucker for the first time in Star Trek history. Well, they said fuck on that CBS one no one's watching, but they haven't said motherfucker yet, and that's what's important to me. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, Infinity War. Iron Man goes out like a punk bitch. Black Widow, she's wearing shoes the whole fucking time. What are you trying to do there? You trying to kill my boner, guys? And these are just some notes, little things to think about, kick around in the editing room or something. Less than too late, but you'll fix it. You'll fix it. There's time. You guys did that fucking shawarma scene after the premiere. It's not a big deal. Yeah, all in all, it's a good fucking flick. Can't wait to see it. Reading it was pretty cool. I'm mostly literate. Not so great with the writing. People say it's illegible. But this is a legendable. I'm trying out puns now. They say it's going to be real punny Star Trek. Anyway, best of luck to you guys. And hopefully you bring Cap back, because that was really weird what happened to him. I mean, he's like halfway inside a donkey, but also halfway outside a donkey. Weird choices. Anyway, good luck. Bye.
And this is David Lynch. I'm on the phone, too. Russo Brothers, I really enjoyed the script. I just think this would be an opportune time to introduce the Fantastic Four. Here's my pitch. They've been in the negative zone since the 1960s. That's why no one has brought them up. Due to the cosmic anomalies brought up in your movie, I think this should be a time to bring them back into the fray. And they can move into that Tony Stark building that was addressed in Spider-Man Homecoming.
And we're going to call it Fantastic Four and where to find them.
And also kill Pepper Potts. Thank you very much.
That's
Mailbox is full.
And that was Quentin Tarantino Tuesdays.
With special guest star David Lynch. Because Ralph Garman hasn't been through enough.
That's the only director I know how to do. So the Russo Brothers are like Station.
Station?
From Villain's Head Part 2?
Station.
They identify as one unit.
So, shit, man. Infinity War is out now.
Yeah, it's time to avoid the internet.
The fucking internet is a minefield.
I started reading something, and I'm glad. I mean, I didn't, but I read, it was this girl named Gray Drake. And she does. That's her name.
I still just picture
Drake,
but
like the rapper,
like
like the Hulk.
You have Injustice 2, right?
Yeah.
You know, you can do like the demon skin for your characters that makes their skin all gray.
Oh yeah.
I picture if you put that palette onto Drake when you say Gray Drake.
Drake is Solomon Grundy.
It's like Black Adam.
And the DC Extended Universe. That'd be some stunt casting right there.
It wouldn't make any fucking sense. But you're not wrong.
But so Gray Drake, she does videos for Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm assuming someone with her kind of position has probably saw the premiere or whatever. So I was on Twitter and I was like, oh shit, and I skimmed it for a second and I was like, oh shit, let me not read anymore.
So this podcast will be spoiler free. Forward, right?
Because it's spoiler free because
I won't see it before we wrap Friday night.
Oh, that's right. No, yeah, I won't spoil it for anybody for this pod because one, I mean, you won't see it until we'll be done with this week before that happens. Yeah, so you can continue listening to the podcast. And we won't have any spoilers.
I just stay away from the entire fucking internet until Saturday night.
Or I can just edit it and Captain America dies. Thor dies. Iron Man dies. Hawkeye is a Skrull.
You just list all the characters off, say dies at the end, and then I'll be like, dude, what the fuck? Why would you tell me that? And then you just clip in the real one after the fact.
Scarlet Witch.
And that way, on Monday, I'll have already seen it, but people will listen and feel bad. But they'll be like, why do you say it like a robot? And they'll know something's up when they listen to this part that they already listened to earlier in the same show. Quicksilver
comes back. He was a Skrull. They killed the Skrull. Quicksilver.
Oh, you didn't see that coming.
Who else are in those? Doctor Strange dies. Spider-Man dies.
This is how we're...
Ant-Man and the Wasp both die.
Is this how we're ending this segment? Is you just keep listing Avengers characters and saying dies?
Is a Skrull. Comes back. Agent Coulson comes back.
You already have comes back. Why are you doing
okay. Just in case.
We'll be back.
And we'll be back.
And just like that, I was let go from the company that Austin and I work at. I went to go see Infinity War that Thursday night. Enjoyed it. I won't go into spoilers right now to go with the rest of the episode. I'm pretty sure we'll bring that up in a future episode. But that Friday morning, got a phone call from the agency that I was working for and was told that I was no longer needed at the company. So I don't know what that holds for the future of the podcast with me and Austin doing the car casts. Maybe we might be able to schedule some time together to record. Maybe we'll have a return of Paul. Who knows? The future of the podcast is always in flux, so we'll take it from there. So just to follow up this episode, this will be an ad-free, shortened episode for you guys. Thank you for all the constant listeners. And I guess I might as well just bring up another email from Oscar for our loyal listeners. All right, let me see. It's titled... the subject line is Tough Love from Oscar. Chris, most of your Facebook posts are, the world is against me. I'm smarter than everyone. Woe is me. Blah, blah, blah. They won't do this for me. If they only saw it my way. Have you ever entertained the thought that you are the problem? That you do not hold the answer to all the world's problems? That maybe you aren't such a great person? Maybe your perception of a given situation is shit? How is that you're always on the short end of the stick? Self-fulfilling prophecy as well. I just had to vent because you're always the victim on your posts and you have such an arrogant attitude without having shit. I really feel that you're your own worst enemy. Sorry for the harsh email. You used to entertain me so much. Now it's just painful. Good luck in getting your shit together. Well, Oscar, I guess in order to answer that, I guess maybe I am the problem. I mean, I've been really trying to do, I know it's going to sound weird. I've been really trying to get into meditating. I found this app for the phone that pretty much, lets you download these meditation sessions. Of course, it's a subscription service. They want you to pay for it. But I've been using their free trial, and I do go back to the time when I was in therapy, using cognitive behavioral therapy and cognitive ways of trying to address your problem, sort of reverse engineering it to see what the problem is. But, what if I didn't have this podcast? This is a bit of my therapy. If I didn't have this podcast, I'd probably be in fucking jail or strung out somewhere. I don't know. Things could possibly be a lot worse. I guess you can say the only way is up. So with that, we thank you for all you guys for listening to the podcast. Didn't mean to leave on such a down note. Just wanted to, didn't want to leave the episode hanging on where it was, and we had enough audio to kind of put out a shorter, condensed episode. So with that, we'll do the usual sign out. We certainly hope you guys enjoyed listening, had as much fun as we did recording. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers One Podcast. I'm Chris. I guess he was Austin. Don't be a stranger. Peace. We're out. Bye. You should be fapping.